This is the Negro Ninja, and today I want to talk more about why women simply can't be pastors. They're not qualified. Okay, because first of all, they can't give you a straight answer. Okay, you as a dude know how easy it is to give a simple answer. Okay, and you as a dude, if you're a liar, you know why you're not giving a straight answer because you know something ain't right within you or the situation that you're trying to hide. This is females 24/7. All right. And when push comes to shove, okay, a chick will just simply detach herself from the situation. She can just look at you with a blank stare. Okay, they just mentally check out. Okay, and they're very notorious for doing that in a relationship. Okay, let's listen to this story real quick.
My marriage was failing. Me and my husband would never have anymore. The only way we would do it is he would put on a Moneybag Yo music video on the TV, and then I would watch Moneybag Yo while he had with me, and that's the only way he could get me to have with him.
So you were thinking about someone else.
I was just staring at Moneybag Yo. He knew I was thinking about Moneybag Yo. I didn't look at him at all.
Poor dude.
Get behind me, let me watch my man. So anytime he put on Moneybag Yo, I'm like, oh, he wants to have sex.
That's hilarious. Who would have thought you would be in this marriage?
But then he'd be like, just go work. Like when he wasn't able to put it down, he'd just tell me to go to work.
Oh, yeah?
Mhm.
Oh, so you were doing work while with him.
I was doing while married.
What?
Yeah.
He was cool with it?
Yeah, he met me when I was only doing professional. He would be on
She said she was doing gang, you know what.
set with me and like watch me do like 4 guys, and he would be like behind the camera and he'd like come blot the spit on my face and butts.
What? He's a cock.
That's what everyone said. We're just trying to explain it like, oh, he supports me, but he got turned into Aaron has all these clips of him like world's biggest cup. So he
Okay, now you heard what she said, and that was an extreme example. Okay, but the reality is, most chicks are just like this on a regular basis. They have a different ways of expressing how they do it. Because let's say for instance, if you don't know female nature, okay, you growing up and you just putting up with all this stuff, don't even know what's going on. That's the equivalent of what's happening right there. Okay, so if he knows what's going on, that's very similar to people that think it's okay for women to be pastors. They're on the same level. They're naive and foolish. Okay, that's the type of stuff that only females can do. And females have more ways to be evil than a man. Okay. Okay, females even have more ways to hide the evil. Like if you want to prove that a guy is evil, that can already be difficult, but you can do it even easier than a woman. Okay, with a woman, it takes pretty much being anointed to figure out all the BS they're doing. Okay, letting alone trying to explain it to the average person. It's just like They Live. And that scene where they was that fight scene and They Live. That's what that's like. So just imagine beating the crap out of somebody and they still don't see it. You just leave them laying there in the alley, KO'd, and they end up hating you more the next time they see you. That's what it's like. Okay. Okay. So naturally, when nobody else can see it, there's no reason for them to be more accountable. Okay. So that's why would you want that as a pastor? All right. So imagine a pastor being on the stage with the same potential to even do what she just did. Because once again, all women have the capacity to do it. Okay. They do it in one way or another, just depending on how far they want to rebel. Okay. Or how much they want to disrespect you as they do it. Shoot, you don't even know if these female pastors that you see right now is doing that to their husband on some level. Okay, some of them is probably raw enough to actually go that far while being a pastor. Because with women, it is all about how in control they can feel. And they'll do literally anything to feel like they're in control. Okay, a man knows when to stop doing certain stuff, but a chick will go as far as she decides to go with it. Okay, it's like that ball and Katamari Dynasty on PlayStation 2. Okay, it starts with a little drop of candy, maybe a little bubble gum. And before you know it, you wrapping up the whole planet. Then you getting black holes and galaxies and star systems. Okay, and that's what a woman's life is like. Okay, because her life is a vice playground. the world caters to the vices of a female. Okay, the world to a woman is like playing Grand Theft Auto. Okay, so they can commit the biggest crimes without getting a 5-star wanted level. That's what it's like for them. All right. So the world doesn't really attack women, it caters to women. But the world attacks men. All right. So this is already a strong indication of why they are not qualified. Okay. So just think about this. Okay. You're supposed to be a person of Jesus, but you can't turn your back on the world. Why won't you turn your back on the world? Because the world caters to you. A man don't mind saying F the world. Okay, the woman is pretty much Lot's wife after Sodom and Gomorrah got burned down. Okay, why you think they so salty? They got everything going for them, but they the most saltiest individuals you would see. Okay, they work to be rebellious, okay, but they still want more. They still talking like they're oppressed when they never were. All right, so naturally they lack the inner peace to be a pastor. Okay, then first of all, you always seeing them trying to make objective things subjective, such as beauty and attraction. Okay, now as a man, women don't really make you feel like you're wanted in many cases. Okay, women do not make men feel wanted. Okay, now we've been over this too many times. The better you look, the more difficult they are going to make it for you because once again, they make the objectives subjective. Okay, attraction is objective, but they claim that is subjective, like beauty is as well. All right, a man is more honest in his attraction to female than female is to men. Okay, and it's a basic example. Okay, they look at what a man has and judge him based off of what he has. Okay, she can look at Prince Charming and vomit because he is broke. She can look at the Hunchback of Notre Dame and literally force herself to become aroused because of his lifestyle. Okay, now you just have to think about that state of mind. Okay, now for a man to do the male equivalent of that, he has to be desperate. Okay, he has to be dehydrated to even consider an unattractive female something that he want to get aroused over. Okay, but this is an everyday thing to a female. Okay, which shows that her mental state is not there. Okay, they are backwards, like the Aleister Crowley quote I be talking about. Okay, they walk backwards, talk backwards, think backwards. I forgot how the rest goes. Okay, you have to think about this. Women represent the earth too. Okay, so just imagine tilling some soil and you put seeds in there, but nothing grows. Okay, but the soil decides, you know what? You need to start dropping some quarters in here. Okay, and then you have to think about the skill it takes to farm. Okay, but a shit can just negate all that. Just drop a quarter in, you'll just get what you want. Okay, that is not reality. All right, the way a woman sees attraction is not even productive. Okay, so that's already going against what God said in Genesis: be fruitful and multiply. Okay, did he say be rich and multiply? I don't remember reading that in Genesis. Okay, nowhere did God even put money and multiplication in the same sentence. You know, okay, so naturally you're supposed to go for how somebody looks, or it's just everything is just biological. Okay, that's what attraction really is, but females want to make it subjective. Okay, they want to make everything subjective. Now, men don't really try to, at least they usually didn't, but men are more feminine these days. But, for the most part, they don't usually try to make ugly being okay. They'll accept being ugly. They're not going to say beauty's only skin deep. They're going to say they're ugly nigga. but they can still pull some chicks. That's it. Okay, a chick, who is also hypothetical. That's another key reason why they cannot be past. They should never be pastors. They too hypocritical. Okay, they walk around saying stuff like beauty's only skin deep, and then put like 12 inches of makeup on. Okay, when they really should be saying beauty is only as thick as your layer of makeup, or as deep as your face hides behind the makeup. Okay. And then another thing is women talk too much. Okay. Now they can talk, but they talk like these days, women are more opinionated than men. Okay. And if you want to even think about getting a woman, you have to let her do all the talking. Now, this is funny. Okay. Because, you're supposed to be trying to learn more about one another. Okay. She don't care about learning about you. She wants you to learn about her. Now, in the Bible, it flat out tells you that a woman should listen in submission. You're like, or sometimes they'll say they should be silent in church, but they'll switch both of those parts out depending on which version you're reading. Okay, so that is not submit. She's not even showing that she can be a submissive wife. Okay, and then we hear all these marriage stories, and people ain't looking at the concept of dating, and everybody knows it. You just sit back and let her do all the talking, and they think it's normal. Okay, that is a key sign of rebellion. Okay, let's prove how this is a key sign of rebellion. Okay, let's just say you arguing with another dude. Okay, you two do not, you might even have respect for this dude. Okay, let's take this back. Okay, let's say that you get into an argument with somebody that is just unreasonable. Okay, and this dude just will not listen to reason. Okay, he don't want to see your point of view. You're trying to keep everything cool. Y'all got to work together wherever y'all at. Okay, and when you're trying to be like, hey, look, man, I'm just trying, he out talks you and even starts getting louder. Okay, that's basically what it is. Okay, in many parts of the Bible where it tells you that women should not be administered, it'll flat out tell you they should be silent. It uses silent a lot. Okay, aside from the fact that it says they're the wicked vessel because they was the ones that got corrupted in the Garden of Eden. Okay, and that statement in itself also proves that women are the ones that are supposed to be influenceable and malleable. Okay, everybody is influenceable and malleable, but women are especially designed to be influenceable and malleable. Okay, that's why it is more unique when they allow things up in here. Okay, especially when they allow people to cop block on you. Okay, she like you, but she gonna listen to the opinions of others. Why should they matter when in her mind she thinks you're cute or you pique her interest? Okay, that is rebellion, and it is also betrayal, like what I mentioned earlier with that video of this dude and his this cuck dude and his wife. Okay, prime example of why women should be silent. Okay, seen but not heard. And that used to be a thing in society. Society used to know better. Okay, and apparently this is one of the reasons why they didn't allow them to be educated like that back then either. Okay, remember that these females have the spirit of Satan more than they have it of man. And it's like the Katamari Dynasty example. Okay, all it takes is a little. Okay, just a Tootsie Roll. Okay, and then it's gonna end with you. Okay, because women are really the consumers. Okay, and it's like your appetite that needs to be kept in check. Okay, very chaotic. Okay, and here's a good example about appetite and what happens when it's not in check. Like the Katamari thing, you end up getting big. Okay, then you end up becoming unattractive. Okay, and to see unattractiveness as attractive, there has to be something mentally wrong, like something is mentally wrong with society. Okay, but men don't see these chicks as attractive. We are very fed up with it. Okay, and they see us as mentally ill for talking about how big these chicks are getting. Okay, the ego. Okay, and when your ego is huge, you cannot even serve the people that you're supposed to be ministering to, let alone Yeshua, Jesus. Okay, how you going to teach the word of Jesus when you can't even be corrected? Okay, and when you can't be corrected, you cannot do things correctly. All right, and when you're never corrected, you think that everything goes your way. I have seen many people do things incorrectly, and they just can't be told nothing. Okay, okay, and then it becomes their way or the highway. Okay, so then you have to work to please them 24/7. Don't that sound familiar? All right. And people that can't be corrected really can't be pleased. It seems like you can please them for a second. Okay. But once again, I'm just saying Katamari Diamond City to keep it short. Okay, then you become prideful. Okay, now what makes the female in particular prideful aside from the things I just mentioned? Remember what they are here for. They're supposed to be the helpmate. Okay, the woman comes from us, so they should always be looking up to us. Okay, let me read the scripture real quick. Hold up. And pause it. Okay, many females don't want the responsibility of being a mother. Okay, or if they do, they usually try to take the power away from the man by thinking that the child is really theirs when it's really his. Okay, they do what they can to pollute the concept of motherhood. Okay, but now they're more interested in, not being a mother at all, while they're out there doing Lilith things. Okay, and you know the story about Lilith and what happens to 100 of her kids every day because she didn't want to lay down with Adam and fulfill her duties as a female. At least Eve had sense enough to keep Cain, even though she got it by cheating. All right, now once again, the woman represents the earth or the land. Okay, so just imagine tilling the land again. Okay, except this time the land decides it doesn't want to give back what you put into it. Okay, it doesn't want to bear the fruits of the seeds that you planted. Okay, so how can the land be fruitful if the earth doesn't want to give out the fruit? Now, once again, this don't just apply to the babies. Okay, this applies to everything because one action, once again, Katamari Damacy. Okay, they don't like to give a man what he puts into their relationship. She can even not give it a title. You just my friend. Okay, when she knows she should be rewarding you for the time you spent with her or the favors you have done or whatever it is you do for her. Okay. Okay, all that changes is the way women express their rebellion. Okay, now why would you want that to be your pastor? Okay, and the woman is supposed to be the man's glory, yet they have no shame in being shameless. Yet they still want to be seen as the glory. Okay, and many males do see them as the glory, while the intelligent males going to see them the opposite as it. Y'all going to have to pick it up and earn that title. Okay, we're just not going to give it to you because simps do. Okay, and just that whole concept alone mirrors Satan. That nigga has fallen. You're no longer Lucifer. You're not glorious anymore. Okay, therefore, the idea of a woman being a minister should not even cross their mind. Because if they were as glorious as they want to be perceived, they would know not to even go into that realm of thinking. And since this is almost 20 minutes, that's all I got to say. And this has been the Negro Ninja, bringing you your Negro message for today. Negro out.